Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark.
If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to another episode of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. For those of you familiar with 5th edition, keep in mind that all of our players are playing a custom class called the ClockTower Agent. We also play with a lot of house rules in our games that we as a group collectively enjoy. We explain these rules as they come up, so if you're just joining us, you may need to listen to previous episodes just to clear up any confusion. Before we get into this episode, I have some news to share. Our dear friend Darbii has decided to step away from the show. We wish her all the best in future endeavors, and we would of course never have anyone else play Reagan. In order to keep the 4-person group dynamic of the show, we will be having our good friend K-Ball join us. It may take a few episodes to meet her character, but we hope you will understand and bear with us as we go through this transition. Well, with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower. Rock, you feel your back explode in pain as you are slammed up against a tree, and you take 5 damage.
Starting out hot, huh?
Uh-huh.
Just having a good time?
As you look over to your left after being hit against the tree so hard, you hear the ringing in your ears, and you hear the muffled sound of gunfire as Jaeger pops out from behind a tree, takes a couple shots at the horrible alligator-like creature in front of you. Jaeger, roll damage.
That's going to be 7 points of damage.
As Jaeger's shots slam into the creature and it recoils back, screaming as another one of its heads sort of like peels off from where the gunshot wound was, falls to the ground into that sort of almost flower petal-like flakes of ash, disintegrating and blowing away in the wind as the rest of the creature recoils, lashing its head back and forth as it scrambles in a sort of vague retreat away from you, Rock. You start to find your footing in the dirt again as you feel the weight of your sword and see the creature ahead of you. All around you, the discarded and destroyed bones of the Skeleton King's many minions are just scattered everywhere. And then you hear in the distance to your right a voice go, "Get his ass now! He's retreating!"
Rock, finding their footing, crack their neck, spit out some blood to the side, mutter to themselves, "I can do this all day." And then pointing their finger at one of the monsters go, "Payback time, motherfucker!" They would just start charging at him.
All right. You see the horrible alligator pede look up at you as it's like one sort of milky eye widens right before you're about to hit. Roll to hit.
10.
That hits. Roll damage.
I have a blade type A. I get to re-roll that.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a 10.
All right.
And I also have extra attacks. I can hit him again.
Do so.
That is going to be a 22.
That hits.
You know what? I'd hope so.
Yeah.
That's only going to be a 6.
Okay.
So 16 total.
All right. As you slice the creature with your first attack, its head doesn't so much fall off into ash as explode off into ash, and it quickly starts to regrow its last head, recoiling further and further away, as in the distance, Skeleton King goes, "Yes! Get him!" As your final attack comes down like a cleaver and chops the forming head in half with a deafening finality as the creature just slumps down, the rest of its body turning into ash and starting to blow away. As
I would say it's totally Rock. As soon as that happens and they land, they just drop the whole cool guy act and go, "Whoa!" and point to it's like, look, Skeleton King, "You see that shit?"
Skeleton goes, "Yes, I did! That was awesome!" As, Jaeger, you look at your pocket watch and you see the number tick down to 1 remaining.
One more.
As you guys look around as Skeleton King, puts up his dukes. He sees holding, another skeleton's femur as he goes, "Yeah, let's go! Where's the last one?" And you guys look around the woods as you know that Sam and Reagan are waiting by the portal to make sure nothing else comes through. But as they're over there and you guys are off deep in the woods, Skeleton King starts to like look around, backing up, like, and you start to realize where is the last one?
Rock, still sword in hand, old habits kicking in, turns towards Skeleton King, blade outstretched, and goes,
Jaeger, where's the last one?
We need to go. Jaeger starts running.
Skeleton King goes to start running with you guys and then stops and then goes,
Wait,
yeah?
What?
I think I know what the last one is.
Skeleton King goes,
I think it's me.
So, like, personal question. Not that I want to. How do I kill you?
Skeleton King goes,
I don't know. I haven't really died before. Well, there was that one time, but
There was that one time.
I kind of just fell apart, and then I woke up here.
He did kill you once.
I did do that, but you guys have been, like, actually kind of cool now.
No, you've been awesome. I've actually really been enjoying hanging out with you. But
Fair trade?
you are a skeleton. You will come back.
I don't know that.
could be
Last time it was just blackness.
It happened already.
It was just
It's probably
nothing.
fine.
Rock, like, sheathes their sword and puts a hand outstretched and goes, fair trade?
Are you going to kill me if I shake your hand?
One for one.
That's not. I don't. Technically, I didn't kill you. My minions killed you, and they're all. Oh, see, you can have this.
Skeleton King like throws the femur.
You can either shake or you can't.
Skeleton King goes,
Wait. This is messed up. Wait. What about like all the shit we did earlier?
Oh, it mattered.
No. I mean, like we tied some guys up. What happens to those guys?
That is a good question.
It is very cold out here. They're probably fine.
Wait, what do you mean they're problem? What happens when you finish your job?
Well, those guys who were tied up were in a building full of people. I'm pretty sure someone's going to check out what's going on
No,
there.
they're like a famous band or something.
Yeah.
I feel like you're trying to
99
change
Crows
the
was
subject.
a great song.
You know what? I absolutely am a little bit. But like that doesn't. We totally tied those guys up.
Look. I'll make you a deal. Because you have shown that you have some sense of humility somewhere with it.
I've had a lot of character development and growth.
You can call it that. Come with us. We're going to see if we can find the last one. Well, you can help us. But if it comes down to it, I'll make it quick.
You made that sound very ominous, but okay.
I mean, okay, well, sure. Where I don't even know where the last one would be.
Let's go look. By the portal, maybe?
Go find it by the port. That probably is going to be the best option. Unless it's off that cliff we keep on falling off of in the car. But besides that, portal.
Wait, what did you say about a cliff?
Don't worry about it.
What?
It happens a lot. And I just keep walking.
Rock would start walking, look behind, and go, come on.
Skeleton King doesn't follow.
Well, your legs don't work anymore?
Skeleton King looks down and then goes,
Fuck!
and holds out his hand to Rock.
I shake his hand, pull out my sword.
Skeleton King turns around.
In the next life,
I just want to say, you guys are pretty cool. I'm sorry I tried to fireball you.
you know what, Mr. Skeleton King? I look forward to fighting you again someday. I'd pull the sword back, cleaving motion, chop his head off.
As you put an end to Skeleton King and you see the bones of Skeleton King fall away, you hear a single tick in your guys' pocket watches, and then you feel a wave crash over you as you're back in the clock tower. And it kind of sucks, because, like, Skeleton King was legitimately helping you fight all of those monsters. Even if they were just the alligatopede, like, encroaching on whatever this world is, or however that portal opened in the first place, you guys don't really know. Like, you don't know a lot of things. You kind of have to guess. Like, you are guessing that the people that Skeleton King tied up are going to be okay, but they could not be. You kind of are taking a lot of things on assumptions, and as you're reflecting on whether or not you made the right choice and realizing that however good Skeleton King may have seemed to you guys, as far as the clock tower is concerned, he was part of the mission. And you look to, as usual, ask what Reagan thinks, and you realize he's gone.
Where's Sam?
Sam's sitting on the couch, looking horrified, like staring towards the mirror into the middle distance, like the same way that most of you felt after finding out that Brian was a clock tower agent, or after coming back from the City of Lost Souls. maybe even after the Gray City. Just that look of not even knowing how to deal with the emotions that they're feeling right now.
Rock, knowing that look, would just kind of like, without knowing Jaeger probably hasn't said anything, would just like put a hand over Jaeger's chest and just go, "Hey Sam, I know that look real well. What's going on?"
Sam like stutters for a bit, like they're trying to get these words off of them, but it's all coming out at once, and nothing is really coming out except for a few choking sounds.
Take your time, man. We have a lot of time.
And they slowly turn to look at you with these haunted eyes, and they hold up Reagan's pocket watch. They're gone.
No. It's, we failed the mission. It's fine.
No.
We just have to go back through the mirror. We'll find Reagan on the other side.
I don't want to
like
look
we
at the
always
mirror
do.
right now.
It's fine.
Hold on, everybody. Calm down. Sam, what happened?
We're guarding the portal, right? Nothing was supposed to come through. It was fine. Everything was going well. Nothing was wrong. And then we kept hearing these ticks in our pocket watch. And I knew you guys were doing well, and I wanted to come help. And I looked away for just a moment to see if you were okay. And when I looked back, Reagan was reaching through the portal. And I said to them, I grabbed their hand, and I said, "What are you doing? We can't go that way." And they looked back at me with these eyes of someone who had seen something like Ulm. And they said, "I have to do this. I have to save them." And they put their pocket watch in my hands. And they walked through. And they're gone. And it closed behind them before I could step through again.
Rock, with a stunned expression, mouth somewhat agape at these words, would almost give a nod of like not understanding what had happened, but understanding your retelling of it, and would just get up off the couch and like walk up to the bookcase areas and disappear for a couple of minutes. Just like that feeling when there are so much emotions overwhelming you that you just like need to get away from people for a second. And Rock disappears out of view for maybe 4 to 5 minutes.
Sam is just doubled over, cradling this new pocket watch in their hands and softly, almost barely perceptibly weeping.
Jaeger's staring at the mirror, and his face is blank. No real emotions, no nothing there. And then slowly, tears just start dropping down his cheeks. No real interaction with him. His face doesn't change at all, but it's a very gradual drip, drip, drip. And as he sits there, his mouth sort of flickers for a moment before he just says under his breath, possibly no one might not even hear him, "Why does it still hurt if I'm sitting on the couch?"
Rock, after these 4 to 5 minutes, would walk out of the bookcase area, back down the steps. And noticeably, it looks like they had just come off some form of intense mental break. Their cheeks are covered in what you can see is either fresh or dried tears, depending on how far they've made it down their cheek. It's a little bit of snot coming down off the side of their lip. And noticeably, their knuckles the flesh has just been ripped. Almost like behind those bookcases, it was just a repeated rhythmic punch into the wall. No words were spoken. I don't even imagine anybody heard anything, maybe some loud thumps, but I don't think anybody would perceive it. But Rock would come down, shake their head, sit on the couch so that everything heals, step back up, look at their team, and say, "I don't know what's going on. I never usually do. But if I do know one thing, with everything that we've been through together, Reagan would want us to keep going, first and foremost, and they wouldn't want us to break. They'd want us to take this on the chin, keep moving. Sam," and Rock would try to look Sam in the eyes as best as they can, with "keep good care of Reagan's pocket watch."
Sam, at those words, looks up to meet your gaze, and there is this haunted expression in the front and this newly found cold fury behind it. And they look at you and they say, "Ulm will die,
I understand. Jaeger?
Jaeger says nothing.
Just a knowing nod to Jaeger. We're gonna do this for Reagan. We're gonna do this for everybody, but we're gonna do this for Reagan. And Rock, like old times, but this time with a newfound sense of purpose, touches the clock face.
As you do, the hands of that giant clock tower sync up to 3 o'clock, and the mirror goes from being blank to rippling away to a new place. And you see a night sky, some sort of grassy hill, and not much else.
Rock would walk back down to the front couch area where they would all look at the mirror before going in and look at their family members, their siblings, whatever you may call it, and say, we're in this together, guys. No matter what happens, I've got y'all, and you've got me.
Sam rises like a ghost from the couch and steps towards you and puts their head against your hip.
Rock, knowing the last thing you want to be is touched right now, just mutters under their breath, like to where only you can really perceive it. I've got you. And Rock would then place a soft hand on Jaeger's shoulder, knowing that no real words could help what Jaeger's going through right now, but just an acknowledgement might at least give some solidarity. Looks towards the mirror and goes, let's see what you've got. Let's give him hell, boys.
Sam almost cringes as they step through the mirror.
Jaeger will look at Rock and sort of take a moment before sort of nodding his head toward the mirror, like as a go-on-ahead motion.
Rock will give a nod of the acknowledgement of, I know what it's like to need that moment by yourself. I'll see you on the other side, and we'll walk through.
And as Jaeger watches Rock walk through the mirror, his face is still blank. There's no moment. And then, almost like that moment where he touched the mirror and it cracked his finger, his expression breaks and he bawls his eyes out, falls to his knees in front of the couch just so he can feel it. And he just keeps whispering to himself, I told you. Every time I told you to make it, and it didn't work. We were supposed to survive. It wasn't supposed to be a joke. It was meant to be. Fuck! And then he stands up and walks through the mirror.
And as you all walk through the mirror, you all stand side by side as if you had all gone through at the exact same time. And you look over at all of you who are just on the edge of holding it together. Just barely, if even. And there's no words that need to be said to each other at this point because you all know there's nothing you can do except keep going on or just break down entirely, if not more than you already have. And you just see all around you is this like calm night air and a grassy hill, and the stars and the sky above you is so far away from any kind of light pollution that it looks like you can see just space stretching off into infinity, as if someone painted the scene just for you.
You'd have loved this.
You really would.
They call us fallen stars, but they don't know the meaning of it.
Tragically poetic. Rock says with trying to bring forth some bit of humor to lighten the tension, but knows it's a futile effort. Well, they gave us legs for a reason, and Rock will start walking forward.
Before we go anywhere, Jaeger would turn and look in every direction, see if there's some sort of light.
There is a dim glow in the direction that Rock is walking, actually, over the hill, as if something far away had light.
And Jaeger begins walking, but pulls out his pocket watch and flicks it open.
It says 3 o'clock. What that means to you, it's hard to determine sometimes, but something in you tells you it's 3 hours.
Not a lot of time.
Oh, come on, boys. We don't got all day.
Sam trots up to meet you, listening to the new jingle of Weight on Their Belt.
And it is there. Reagan's pocket watch is still on your belt. It's not in the clock tower, it's still with you.
I like to imagine that where Sam originally has their pocket watch, it's still there on that side of their body, and then almost parallel to that is the other pocket watch.
I will say, as an added detail, Reagan's pocket watch feels kind of really heavy. Like, if you actually pick it up and weigh it in your hands, it's not any heavier than your pocket watch when you compare it, but when it's just in your pocket, you're always aware that it's there. Mm-hmm. Like, it's this added weight, and not just emotionally, but there's, like, something else to it as well.
And I think Sam's stride is wrong. It's like if you're trying to run with a rock in your shoe. You just know it's there, even if there is nothing there. So every couple steps, they're like readjusting, like they're trying to get used to this feeling.
Yeah.
And we as a group all walk forward towards this light, I imagine.
As soon as you guys crest the hill, Rock actually stops before the rest of you so that you all kind of stand at the top of this hill together, and you look down and you see in this red and mustard yellow colors, there is this big top tent, like way far down at the bottom of the hill. And all of you look at it like, why?
I'm not in the mood for this.
Sam looks at their clothing for the first time now that they've actually seen where they're going.
The clothing looks medieval.
Rock would also look down at their clothes, look up at the big top, down at their clothes.
All of your
the big
guys'
top.
outfits look like they could fit in any general, like very similar to the outfits you had in the first mission you ever went on. That like kind of you could fit in anywhere in the medieval town setting.
Jaeger just kind of looks at his gun and then stares down at the crossbow it now is and goes,
At least this is familiar.
But not in a good way.
No, not really.
Sam leans on their new walking stick.
Rock would just like peer back behind them to see.
Your sword is a sword.
It's a sword. It's a two-handed fucking, probably a claymore.
Okay.
And just go, well, at least that's how I envisioned it in the first place. But I kind of fucked it up in the process. All right. Onward, I guess.
huzzah.
As you guys make your way down the hill, it's like actually at the pace you're walking takes you 30 minutes to get there. It's like, and not, you guys aren't walking super slow. You're also not running, because none of you are excited to go see whatever the fuck this is. As you walk down the hill, you expect there to be a crowd or a line outside, but there's not. You just kind of look at it, and it seems eerily empty, and you can hear the sort of like big top circus music echoing faintly from inside, and there is a ticket booth, but it doesn't look like there's anybody there.
You know, of places I really wanted to visit after what just happened, this is not on that list.
This is very low on that list, yeah.
I fucking hope it's a monster. I have some rage to get rid of.
We're gonna have to talk to people. Rock would then look up, like talking to the clock tower, and go, "You're a dick." All right. Well, Rock would walk forward to the ticket booth and not just like.
It's actually empty. There's nobody there. It's like it's not closed. Like the doors of it are open. Like somebody should be in there, and all this, like you can see all the stuff is in there. Like the ticket booth is open, but there's nobody there.
Are there tickets on the front thing?
So there are like tickets behind the like little grate that like almost like a pawn shop keeps people from like being able to accost the person inside the ticket booth. But there's like the little hand opening where someone would slide a ticket out to you. Like you might be able to reach in and like grab one, but there's also a sign on the side of like the open ticket doors that say tickets 5 silver.
Rock, not wanting to walk in just without paying, would just be like, I mean, you know what? If they say I'm trespassing, I could tell them I left it at the top, and would reach into their pocket to pull out 5 silver.
Okay, you reach in your pocket and there's 5 silver there. So you put it on the counter, and you put it and you're like, all right. And as you like look back at you hear the sound of metal sliding on wood. And as you look back, your coins are sliding in as if someone were raking them into the ticket booth. And then you see a ticket, like as if somebody picked it up, set down on the counter and slide out towards you.
And Rock, not knowing it, oh, thank you, and take it and then go, wait. Like Rock would like start to walk away and then like do a double take, swivel around and go, looks at the ticket, looks at the ghosts.
No, Ellie, we've been here for 2 years. How long? Is this normal?
So you've been here for 2 years, and as you think about it, this countryside should be abandoned.
I love fantasy worlds. Magic is my favorite.
Ghosts.
And Sam pulls
Fucking
out
hell.
5 silver, puts it, just slides it forwards, and just
You feel a cold chill on your hand before you pull it away, but then when you do pull your hand away, the coins slide as if somebody has taken them from you, and you see a ticket, the same as Rock, be placed on the table and slide out towards you.
Sam tries to meet the gaze of whatever figure is standing here.
I mean, you see nothing.
Right, but just like a general perception. Can Sam make like an Arcana check to see if like this is magical in any way?
Roll.
I will. 9.
That's probably magic.
I love spells.
Jaeger, come and get your ticket.
Sam, you are confident it's either magic or ghosts.
I don't know what to deal with ghosts. Fucking hell. Pulls
Do you make
takes
a
out
bet?
5 silver and puts the silver down on the table, and his hands put it down and then pulls his hand back immediately, like just
The coins are raked, and the ticket slides forward to you guys.
grabs the ticket, pulls his hand back again very quickly, and then backs away. Thank you. And then sort of sidles back to like Rock, and it's either magic or ghosts.
Why not both?
As you
Either way.
guys, Rock, as you see Jaeger take the tickets, everybody roll a perception check, actually. Let's see who's perceptive.
That'll be an 11 for Sam. They are way focused on something else right now.
There is a 7 for Rock. There's ghosts.
It's ghost tickets.
There's ghost tickets.
That's a dirty 20.
Jaeger, as you take your ticket, you look over and you like stop looking over Rock's shoulder, just like frozen there, and there's like just a cloaked figure by the entrance now. Like definitely with a 20 perception was not there before. Just cloaked figure standing slightly to the left of the entrance.
Jaeger doesn't look away. He just sort of smacks Rock, like
Ow,
just
fucker, what?
like Rock.
Yeah? What? And Rock would like swivel around like, what do you want?
Rock.
Oh,
As you swivel around, you also see the cloaked figure.
Sam.
And to start doing the same thing to Sam, but like
Tap
not
Sam on
touching
the
them.
shoulder.
Not touching them. Just be like Sam, like motioning their hand around Sam. Like Sam.
I can feel you almost touching me.
I don't want to, but like, look.
What? Oh.
Jaeger would like to walk forward slightly and pull out his ticket and hold it out to the cloaked figure and go, tickets. Fucking hell.
You see like a spectral, like I would say a bone hand, but it's not. It's like more of a corpse hand. Like there's flesh on it, and it's definitely like slightly translucent, but maybe it's not. It's like hard to see if it is. Like grab your ticket, and there's like a weird like sound as its knuckles clench around the ticket, and it like takes it from you, and then like puts it in its robe, and then grabs the curtain with like another disturbing like as it moves and pulls the big top tent curtain door aside and like looks for you to go in.
Give him the ticket, give him the ticket, give him the ticket, give him the
Okay,
ticket, give him the ticket. Hurry up.
Rock would walk up to the ticket guy, and as they hold out the ticket, go,
Wait in line.
"Oh, my bad, sorry."
And the Jaeger will step like a foot past the curtain.
The curtain drops like with a deafening finale. Just like boom, closes behind you.
Crossbows up like,
It is silent in here. There are wooden stalls set up like in a big circle around like a big like circus sandpit with like the wall built, and you can see like trapeze stuff hanging, but there are dust and cobwebs over everything, as if none of this stuff has moved in forever. And there's nobody in the seats, like absolutely no one. But there's plenty of places to sit.
things that are cool.
Rock from the outside would yell, "Get us one of the top seats, like in the back. We get to see everything."
Tickets.
Hello, I like your eyes. And I hand him the ticket.
Do you try and look under its hood?
No, I just like I like meet eyes with him, and just like because
So
obviously
you're looking under its hood.
is that what you're supposed to do?
Are you looking under its hood?
What did you do?
Did not make eye contact. Did
Oh.
not look at it. Had head down the whole time.
Rock would make eye contact. They're sweet.
Roll a wisdom save.
That is going to be a 14.
As you like make eye contact, whatever is wrong with its face is so disturbing that you almost like you look away almost immediately, and you try to like not gag because that would be rude maybe, but like also like how can you not? And rather than having any of that happen, you take 2 points of psychic damage.
Rock, like, peering away, going, sorry, bad shellfish. Thank you, sir. And would head down, ticket.
Takes your tickets with that same crackling sound, and then, as with Jaeger before, opens the tent and beckons you to go inside.
Thanks, man. Don't have the crawfish, and would walk in.
Now here's the question: do you see Jaeger's back? Because he hasn't moved.
Yeah, you bump into Jaeger, actually.
Jaeger, I told you to get us a seat.
What the fuck is wrong? Just what the fuck is wrong?
We're here.
And sort of just motions his hand out to the fucking creepy ass like circus tent, like, huh?
Rock would look Jaeger dead in the eyes and just like with this soul piercing goes,
We just fought crocodile alligator monsters. We have befriended birds. We have slaughtered gods, and you're worried about a man with a hood? Get a seat.
It's a fucking ghost. It's different. I don't know if I can shoot a ghost. Can I shoot a ghost? I don't fucking know.
get a seat.
You
can
get a
shoot
seat,
it from
fuck
up
you.
there. You can shoot it from up there.
You hear this muffled conversation, by the way, as the hooded cloaked figure turns to Sam and goes,
Tickets.
Sam moves with the sound of creaking wood, like slowly approaching this figure. It's a lovely night. How have you been?
Tickets.
Okay, man. I'm really rough right now. Okay. Sam just hands them the ticket. I just realized that's right. Oh.
takes the ticket from you, puts it in its robes, and opens the tent, and you see fucking Rock and Jaeger in each other's faces, just like nose to nose, almost like, get a fucking seat. You fucking get a seat.
I just wanted a nice family vacation. I don't want to have to fight. I don't want to be a dad.
Rock is glaring in Jaeger's eyes, would just go, we're all here. Because Rock can sense Sam's creaky presence.
The tent closes behind all of you.
Oh.
We should all get some seats. I'm gonna go see if maybe there's some popcorn.
You want to eat it here?
I'm just trying to make it more homely.
Sam, without saying a word to either of you, walks past you and sits down on the first seat they see.
Okay, Sam takes a seat.
I guess Sam is chosen for us.
And Jaeger takes a second to take a breath and kind of stops and goes, I am sorry. I am in a bad mood.
We all are, man.
Yes, but I shouldn't have. Anyway. And he goes and sits down next to Sam.
Can I, while we're in this thing, can I roll a perception check to see if I see anything weird? Like, can I, actually, you know what? Reel that back.
Read the room.
I want to see if I can, is there anything in here that resembles like a concession stand?
That is going to be a 11.
With an 11, you don't see a concession stand, but usually you would expect there to be somebody walking around, like, hawking popcorn or some sort of treat of some
So
kind.
do I see any floating?
You don't. No.
Okay. Maybe when we sit, it'll start. And Rock would sit next to Sam, so it is Rock on the left and Jaeger on the right, so with Sam in the middle.
So you all take your seats in the front row. Hey, Ellie again. Thank you for listening. As always, I'd like to thank our producer, Who's, at who's.music, and our editor, Cal, for making the episodes what they are. I would also like to thank our sponsor, Alpha Lupine Images, for donating the equipment to help us make more content with better quality. Thank you to Cal, Parker, and Trent for their great performances. And thank you, again, for listening. We release bi-weekly, so episode 43 will be out on Friday, March 18th. Until then, time's ticking. See you in the clock tower.